Real Estate True Intel. Real Estate True Intel, of course, means true intelligence. We bring you the best strategies in real estate to help you. Today we're going to be speaking about junior loans or junior trust deeds. In America today, we have a phenomenon where homeowners and investors have their first mortgage or first deed of trust, and they also have a second or a third mortgage, or, as is commonly known, a second deed of trust or a third deed of trust. Sometimes the banks issue HELOCs, which are commonly known as home equity lines of credit. So this is what is called junior liens. That means that there is a senior mortgage and there are junior liens behind the senior. It could be a second, it could be a third, it could be a home improvement, or it could be a home equity line of credit where the bank or the lender advanced you a line of credit using the property as security or as a lien. In America today, there is a lot of controversy about second mortgages or deeds of trust and about the liens. What happens when you fall behind on your first mortgage or deed of trust? What happens to the second? What happens to the third or the home improvement or the HELOC or home equity line of credit? Well, very important to know that the first has the primary position in the home. If the homeowner or the investor gets behind with the first, then basically the second and the third are in an inferior position. A lot depends on the bank or the lender what their strategy is going to be regarding their second or equity line of credit. What does that mean? Simply this, that if the property is underwater, meaning that the balance on the first is more than what the property is worth, then that means two things. Number one, that the first mortgage does not have enough equity to cover the full balance. It also means that the second and the third or the equity line of credit have absolutely no equity in that property. They are totally underwater. And this brings us to a very interesting situation. We hear from the homeowners and the investors that they stop paying on their second, and it could be 3, 6, 9, or 12 months that they haven't made a payment on that second or third or equity line of credit. And yes, they've fallen behind with the first. So a couple of strategies are these. Number one, communicate with your second or your third or equity line of credit and just advise them that you're having a hardship. Call your 1-800-HOPE or nonprofit organization nationally and ask them what programs they have in regards to seconds. At one point in time, there was communication by the administration that they wanted the federal government to take over the seconds in properties and eliminate the liens from the homeowner. That would have been a perfect strategy to be able to keep a lot of our homeowners and investors in those properties. So a junior is a second or a third deed of trust, and basically it is below the first mortgage. If you are having a difficulty paying your first, then basically one of the strategies before you is to ask for a modification. And you can also ask for a modification on your second or your third or your equity line of credit, or you can ask them to lower the interest rate to 1 or 2%, making the payment very, very affordable if you can afford to make the payment to help you through these times. Again, communication is the key. Always communicate with your lender. Let them know that you're having a problem. Ask them what programs they have available to you to help you with your second, to help you with your third, or your equity line of credit. It is very important for you to know that you do have options. You do have the programs that are constantly changing, coming about, trying to help you, the homeowner or the investor. This is Real Estate True Intelligence coming to you. We'll see you on another edition